And it's been radio silence since. They didn't say they're going to get rid of the tax. They didn't say anything about protecting existing customers. Nothing. Nada. Zip. It's been months with the utilities working behind the scenes, trying to push for the solar tax. And so, but what we understand is that the final draft of this proposal is coming out real soon. That the commission is putting the finishing touches on this proposal. And so we're here today to tell PG&E, knock it off, cease and desist, and deliver a message from 16,000 Californians telling them to stop it. And we're also here with a pretty simple message to the governor and the utility commission. They have a very easy choice to make. On one side, they could side with PG&E and the other utilities and their shadowy records, or they could side with the people of California. I know what side I'm on. I know what side I'm going to pick. And I have a statement actually today from Assembly Member James Gallagher, the Assembly Member from this area. He couldn't make it. We have a couple of folks giving speeches, but I want to read the statement from the Assembly Member. So Assembly Member James Gallagher, 3rd District, said, "My message to the regulators is simple. The proposed change to the net energy metering program is a bad idea. The last thing we need is new taxes on energy and rules that would disincentivize solar investments. Credits need to be reasonable and reflect market conditions. Homeowners, farmers, and small businesses have made substantial investments to greatly benefit the development of distributed energy throughout the state. Punishing Californians who have invested or plan to invest in solar technology will damage our economy and undermine the future of energy in California. Don't do it." From Assemblymember James Gallagher. And to share a local perspective, we have Jim Michaels, Alternative Energy Systems. Jim, here you go.
Thank you, Carter. My name is James Michaels. I'm on the executive team of Alternative Energy Systems. Thank you all for coming out to our local PG&E offices today. We've been all over the state with this message, and what we find as we get farther away from the corporate halls of power and profit in Sacramento and San Francisco, rooftop solar is a story of the people. It's about wildfire survivors rebuilding with solar on every roof, like Alan Hinman, who you'll hear from in a minute. It's about seniors like my mom, who want solar on the roof of their apartments. It's about my friends and neighbors, many of them employees of PG&E themselves, who live in our community and who are some of our best rooftop solar customers. PG&E themselves recognize this fact, and in fact, I got a video from them recently in my inbox introducing our new regional vice president. He's a local boy to his credit, and he says some interesting things in that video. For one thing, he acknowledges the utility role in the most devastating fires in our state history. He calls them tragic, significant events. Yeah, the Camp Fire was indeed a tragic, significant event. It was life-altering for us all. The fact that PG&E executive policies disregarding safety were to blame for those fires, and now those same executives want to put rooftop solar out of business and take away our jobs and tax your sunlight because we're their only competition is unconscionable. It's immoral, and it's just another utility slap in our face. Our new VP also discusses how the PG&E centralized business model is flawed. He says, quote, "Many of our decisions were made in San Francisco, and they didn't resonate with our local customers." This is that exact decision. This is that exact situation. The PG&E corporate position on NEM 3, which the PUC has endorsed, will put a dagger in the heart of rooftop solar and will be devastating to small businesses like ours. If PG&E corporate is serious about being a beneficent member of our local community, then they should retract their flawed and misleading arguments that solar is a burden on the grid and other ratepayers. They should recognize it for the benefit that it truly is, like their own employees do. And they should endorse a more fair and common sense approach to NEM 3. We implore the PUC and the governor to do the right thing. Say no to the solar tax, say no to the solar cliff, and say yes to a fair and common sense approach that expands rooftop solar and storage for all Californians. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much. And Alan Hinman, as we were talking about, thank you so much. That was so good. Alan, I know it's a tough act to follow, but I believe in you. There we go. And Alan Hinman, here we go.
Good day, my name is Alan Hinman.
Just hold it closer to your mouth.
Is that better? Yeah. Okay, sorry. My name is Alan Hinman. I'm from Paradise. I survived the campfire, at least my home did, but I lost everything I owned. One of the very first things we did once we realized how precious electricity is during a fire is we went to AES and we got ourselves 30 panels and 2 Tesla 2.0s, and it was one of the best things we've ever done. I used to be paying a bill of electricity of about $600 a month. Now they're paying me about $200 a month during true-up time, so I'm real happy with that. What's going on with PG&E wanting to basically shaft all of us to have solar is totally wrong. They're one of the most selfish companies I've ever come across. I was a contractor at 77 Beale Street in San Francisco for quite a while, and I saw nothing but waste. I'm hoping that Gavin Newsom and the PUC does the right thing, but I'm not counting on it. So we need to get the word out there. We need to let our politicians know that this is BS and we're not going to stand for this. Other than that, all I can say is go solar.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much to Alan. And this solar tax is bad for everybody, and particularly farmers and the agricultural community that's so important, not only across California, but right here in Butte County. And so to speak to that, is Brian Aguilar of ASIP Energy. Brian, thank you.
Thanks, Carter. Hi, my name is Brian Aguilar, and I'm with ASIP Energy. We're not a solar company, but we are a consulting firm, and we represent business owners that have interest in implementing renewable projects such as solar. We serve all business entities and currently represent clients who own over 100,000 acres of farmland. We also work with water districts, processors, nonprofits, and several industrial and commercial owners. We're here because net metering makes renewable projects possible for our clients. And right now, net metering is under attack by California's largest utilities, which include PG&E. Renewable projects are not only good for the environment, but they have also shown to stabilize the power grid during the most stressful times. Who wants to go back to having more brownouts and blackouts? Many of our clients are investing in electric fleets, and as California overall moves to electric over fossil fuels, our demand for electricity will increase, or will continue to increase. We will need more power from the grid, and distributed customer-owned generation is a huge part of that. If the utilities have their way, it will have a drastic effect on agricultural projects in our area. It is literally going to take away the ability for farmers to put in their own systems. This means as PG&E rates continue to rise, the cost for farmers to grow our food will increase and will make food prices in our stores go up. This not only affects farmers, but it will affect all business owners in our area. The nonprofits, our churches, our schools, low-income housing, you name it. Everybody who doesn't have renewable power will have lost their chance. This is extremely important. PG&E is effectively taking away our right to install renewable projects, and we're here representing our clients and asking for your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And to hear directly from our great allies in the farming industry itself, is Mike Wallace of Cream Walnuts. Here you go.
Hi. Well, I just want to say that we put in solar originally because it made fiscal sense. It was a good deal, and it was a good thing. We've saved millions of dollars in electrical costs commercially, and I've saved money residentially in my own house. Commercial solar has been a godsend to us because we use a lot of electricity in our business, and we were able to be more competitive worldwide with our costs down due to the fact that we were able to install solar. And we've got solar installed in Butte County, Tehama County, and Glenn County. It's running pumps. It's for irrigation of walnuts, and we've got solar running our Holler for our walnut processing, our sheller, and we also process our shell with solar energy. So that has made us more competitive, and it's been a great thing. Right now, what's going on with PG&E and the CPUC, if they do it going forward, if they approve what they've got on the table going forward, it will stop people like us from putting in any more solar, because a payback of 12 years plus makes no sense to us. We'll go with other investors.